where it ends. When we spoke about communication, we said that is where it all begins. Communication is where it all begins. Money is where it ends. And intimacy is where it continues. We are going to deal with intimacy tomorrow. All right. Money is where it ends. The love of money is the root of all marital evil. You know, the Bible says the love of money is the root of all evil. The Bible did not say the Bible did not say money is the root of evil or money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money. So in marriage also, the love of money is the root of all marital evil because money has caused a lot of issues in many marriages. So let's see what this session will be about. Let's look at what the discussion will be about as regards money. Learning objectives. To know what is money, to understand money and me, to understand money and marriage, whose money it is. Money and marriage, it's our money. So those are the objectives. What is money? Money is a medium for the exchange of goods and services. The word money is also used to describe the assets, properties, and resources owned by someone or some entity. Money is valuable because it can be used to purchase nearly any commodity and service. So money goes beyond just the paper, all right, or the currency. It goes beyond that. The word money is also used to describe assets, properties, and resources owned by someone or some entity. And those properties could be converted to money. All right. So money goes beyond the currency. Someone might not have cash in the bank or in the wallet, but that's properties. That is money. That's assets. He can decide to convert the assets to money at any time. All right. Money and me. Money means different things to different people based on individual expectations and needs. For instance, those who need to be secure see money as security. Those who value joy, they see money as a tool for joy. Those who value fame see money as a channel of achieving fame. What we think of money determines what we do with money. It is important to note that people have an emotional attachment to money. People have an emotional attachment to money. That is very, very true. Why? You see, very good friends, two very good friends, when it comes to money matter, they can start fighting. You see people fighting, brothers, siblings fighting because of money. People or family relatives fighting because of money. Husband and wife fighting because of money. So it has been discovered also that money has contributed to a lot of challenges, conflicts in marriage, including divorce. So we have an assignment here. This assignment is coming at the middle of the class. List out 5 things that money means to you. Let your spouse or intending spouse do the same. Compare your lists and have a conversation about the list. Unite your views about money. So this is an assignment. I would also post it on the platform, but the assignment is very, very important for every intending couple. You need to sit down and discuss about money. You need to have the understanding of the view of your spouse or your intended spouse about money. What does money mean to him or her? It will go a long way to determine how he or she will handle money when you get married. You know, what are the things that frame our idea about money? Past experiences while growing up. Maybe somebody that grew up in a very humble background and money was a big challenge for them. Such a person will want to have money by all means. No, I'm not talking about devilish means anyway, but I'm talking about the fact that nobody wants to suffer in life. So you hear children that have suffered in their parents' house, they will tell you, I don't want to get married and suffer again. I've suffered enough in my parents' house. Now I want to live large. So that has actually made some sisters to decide that they will not marry a man that is not rich. And that is a very wrong reason for marrying. Yesterday, we looked at the purpose of marriage. So if you are marrying or you are getting married to a person because of money, then that is a wrong reason to get married. Okay, money problems in marriage manifest in 5 major ways. So we'll be looking at, okay, so let's look at money and marriage before we proceed. Money and marriage, yes. Money and marriage. It's my money. So I want to ask you, for the married couples that are on the platform, before we proceed, I can see Mrs. Ochuba is on the platform. Are you there, ma'am?
Yes, I'm
You
there.
can unmute yourself. Good. Please, I have a question for you. Money in marriage. I want to ask you, is it your money or our money in your marriage? Is it my money, his money, or our money?
Hello, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello. Okay.
Yes, we can hear you, ma'am.
Okay. As regards to money in marriage, it is our money, not mine or his. It is our. It's for both of us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. All right. God bless you, ma'am. Thank you for that. Now, yesterday, or I think in the first class we had, we looked at certain personality types. And we discovered that there are certain personality types. For example, a choleric. A choleric, when you begin to hear somebody saying, this is my money, then this is your money, then this is our money, such a person is likely going to be a choleric. Cholerics are people that they usually want to tell you they want to have control of their resources. All right. So, and that is why knowing the personality type of your spouse before you get into marriage is very important, so that you can have an idea of the likely challenges you will face in that marriage. So, we are going to be looking at it. What is the best method for money and finance in marriage? Is it meant to be my money? Is it meant to be your money? Is it meant to be our money? So we are going to see that as we proceed. Now, money and marriage, it's my money. In every marriage, we have the spender and the saver. Who is the spender and who is the saver in your marriage? On the platform presently, we have, I'm going to be asking questions from people on the platform. Yes, Mrs. Ochuba has just answered the question. I'm still going to ask you, Ma, but not now. I want other people to, other married people on the platform to answer. Brother Joshua, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
All right. I know you're not yet married, right?
Yes, sir, you're correct. That's correct, sir.
Great. But do you already have a fiance, right?
Yes, I have a fiance. I'll be married very soon.
So I want to ask you, based on your relationship so far or your courtship so far, who amongst the two of you is the saver? Who is the spender? Based on the little or the few time you've spent together?
I think I am the spender.
Okay.
While she's the saver.
It's okay. It's okay. All right. Thank you for that. Sister Anu, please, can you help to answer the question? Are you there? Can you hear us? Okay, I think she's not. Okay. So, Mommy Ochuba, please, can you help to answer the question?
Please, can you repeat this? Okay.
Okay, so I said
Okay,
in
you said
every
if
marriage.
it is our.
Can you hear me, Ma? In every
Yes,
marriage,
sir.
there is a saver and there is a spender. There is somebody that has more tendency to want to save, somebody that is trying to say, no, we don't have to spend this, let's save this, let's then there is another person that has higher tendency to want to spend money in most marriages. So I want to ask you, in your own marriage, yes, who can you say is the spender? Who is the saver? Ma?
In my marriage, my husband is the spender. I am the saver.
Okay,
Because there are some things he will want
okay,
us to. I will tell him, no, let's do it
okay.
this way. You understand?
Oh, great,
Yes. Like if you
great.
give me
All
money,
right.
I'll buy the little, but if he goes to market by himself, he'll buy it as many as he can. You understand?
Okay.
So I'm
Oh,
the
great.
saver.
All right, great. Thank you for that one. So I will
Thank you,
also,
sir.
in my own marriage, I seem to be the saver. Yes, we've had this discussion a couple of times. My wife is on the platform, but I think she's maybe a bit busy where she is presently. However, we've had this discussion a couple of times. I am the saver. She's the type that actually does more spending. So in every marriage, there is a spender, there is a saver. Research has shown that money has not been a friend of marriage and family building. Money is the number one reason why divorce happens in a seemingly happy marriage, with over 89% of all divorce and broken home traceable to money and money matters. Just look at it, 89%. So money is a big issue in marriages. It's a big issue. And that is why we must understand how to effectively manage resources in marriage. It's very, very important. So let's proceed. Money problems in marriage manifest in five major areas. Number one, who is the decision maker on money matters? Who makes the decision? Is it only the man that makes the decision? Is it that when you get, I've heard the story of a woman, the woman said anytime she gets her salary, her husband forces her to drop the salary, collects the salary from her by force. And the man determines how the money will be spent. In fact, she does not even have a say because the man claims that he's the man of the home. That is not the plan of God for marriage. That man is not a good man. If a man is the one forcing, imposing himself, telling the wife, don't you know I am the man in the house? Anything that will make the husband to be telling the wife, don't you know I'm the man in this house? Then that man does not really understand who he is. He does not understand his position. He does not know his identity. So, who is the decision maker on money matters? It is actually meant to be the man and the woman. The Bible says it is not good for the man to be alone. I will make a helper fit for him. And the Bible goes ahead in Genesis chapter 2 to say that the man shall leave his father and mother and join to the wife, and both of them will become one flesh. They have to become one in every area, including finance, including money. But it's important to understand the strengths and the weaknesses so that you know how to manage your money. If the person who is the spender in the home is the one that has the ATM card to your savings account, the time is coming that the person will just magnanimously give out all the money or spend all the money and you run bankrupt. If maybe your wife or your husband is a sanguine, and it's the sanguine that holds the ATM card to your savings account, be very sure that someday he will dash out all the money to people, and then you will now be left with nothing. And that is why you need to understand the personality types and understand who can actually manage the money the most. We are going to see that as we proceed. Who is the decision maker on money matters? It should be the man and the woman. You agree together. Who manages the money? The saver versus the spender. Sanguines cannot manage the money. Melancholy can. Cholerics can as well. But a sanguine cannot manage the resources of the family. They can actually, I'm talking about sanguine because they are very, very extroverted. They have a lot of friends. They are cheerful, very cheerful givers. They can dash everybody everything they have without having anything left for themselves. That is their kind of person. Who makes the money? That's another major problem in marriage. There are some men that will tell their wives, you have to be a full-time housewife. I will be the one to go and make the money. Yes, I think some years ago, like 10, 20 years ago, that used to be very much in vogue and very fine, but not in this present reality, not in this present day, not in this present economy. Even if the man is very, very well to do, it is not a good practice to make your wife completely dependent on you by forcing her to be a full-time housewife. It is not the best. It's not a best practice. God forbid that something happens. If anything happens, the woman falls back to nothing. She wants to buy the simplest match box at home. She needs to wait for daddy to come. She needs to wait for the husband. No, that is not meant to be. That's not meant to be. So I believe that the man and the woman are actually supposed to agree together, and then they can actually work. A woman was not trained in school by her parents so that she can stay in the house and become housewife, full-time housewife. No, there are certain potentials in her also that needs to gain expression. So when I see men that make it compulsory for their wives to be full-time housewife, I just see insecurity all over them. Some of these men are insecure. They don't want their wives to be better than them. That should not be. As a husband, you are meant to support your wife. Both of you support yourself to become the best that God has ordained you both to be. And with the economic situation on ground, even if the man is a rich man, a time will come that is why the woman is there as a helper. Both of you are supposed to agree together and make the money together. Lack of accounting system, that is another money problem in marriage. Lack of accounting system. There must be an accounting system, a system of regulating what is spent. We are going to talk about that as we proceed. Inability to unite divergent views on money. So it's important both the husband and the wife sit together. In fact, before marriage, have each of you talk about what money means to you. Then you try to align your thoughts, have a congruent view, not a divergent view. This shows that money is not the problem, but our attitude toward money is the problem. Attitudes to money are shaped by our expectations and the meaning we make of money. Our expectations influence time to surrender their bank account. Wow. Their spouse. You see, when on the day of the wedding, when you say, yes, I do to give you everything, all that I have and all of that, marriage vow, you still keep to those marriage vows. And that I think we said that in yesterday's session, that you need to always repeat those vows to yourself. But once a while, rehearse those vows. You can rewrite the vows. You can write something both of you agree together, and you re-echo those vows. Most times the vows they just read out to you at maybe the church is just the regular vows. You have and it's not actually from the Bible. It was just a priest in the UK that came up with that vow. So you and your husband, you can actually sit together and have a marriage. Causes of conflict. Our personality, I've said it, your personality deal with money. Family of origin, yes, the family you are coming from, the background will determine the way you actually spend money, all right, or the way you keep money. Your family of origin. If you came from a family background where your parents are very, very strict with money, for example, I came from a background where my dad, while we were growing up, and then we were seeking admission into school. Maybe I want to go and write post-UME exam or whatever, and daddy gives a particular amount of money. When you come back, you are going to give an account of how you spent the money. And he did the same thing for all of us. So he groomed us to be accountable, accountability. You should be able to tell, okay, this is how much I spent on this. This is the balance that I have. He can give it to you to hold the balance for yourself, but you must be able to give an account. And because of that, it has actually been consciously. So I like to always give account. I take money from home to do something. When you are coming back, you come back with the balance, the change. There are some people, they will just say, hey, it doesn't matter. It is not your money. All right? Be accountable. So the family of origin can actually affect the way people handle money. Orientation. Yes, your orientation, the experiences you've had growing up can actually affect your orientation. All right. Education, yes, your educational background can go a long way to determine how you handle money. Note, we must discover what formed the habit to know um, how to actually deal with it. There are some negative financial habits. For example, not knowing how to budget, not knowing how to prioritize your needs and your wants, to differentiate between your needs and your wants. Impulsive purchases, impulsive spending. There are some people, they are very, very impulsive with spending. They just spend as the money is available. They don't think about tomorrow. They don't plan. And then when they have money, it's as though let's just buy this, buy this, buy this. By the time they buy everything, tomorrow they now go back to square one and they'll be like, how do we raise money for this? But if you had planned, so the best practice is let your plan be on ground before the money comes. Let the money come and meet a plan on ground. Any money that comes into your hand that does not meet a plan on ground, you will most likely not spend that money the best way you should. You won't maximize the fund. So if you are just waiting to start planning how to spend when the money has already arrived, I'm sorry, you may not be able to spend that money wisely. All right. So money and marriage, it's our money. Can money be a uniting factor? Yes, money can be used as a team building tool in marriage and family engineering. Couples can learn to use money to form one strong united team by merging their earning power and management skills for the good of the family. Their earning power, their management skills, they bring it together. The person that has the strength to manage the money should actually be the one that keeps the account. Yes, cholerics can keep accounts. Perfect melancholy can keep accounts. They will give you details. Okay, this is how we spent this, and that. Genesis chapter 2, verse 24 says, therefore a man shall leave his father and his mother and shall become united and cleave to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. From this scripture, it's obvious that the intention of their creator was oneness, including in finance. They are to be united and not divided in all areas of their lives without any external interference. Without any external interference. I believe we are still with me. Can you still hear me, everybody?
Yes, sir.
All right, great.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
Oh, God bless you. Let's continue. Now, three couples accounting system. There are three basic accounting and accountability systems available to couples for marriage and family building. Number one is no couple or family account or accountability. No accountability, no family account. This system is a system where there is no accounting system, no accountability. Everybody just spend money as the money comes. As the husband makes his money, he spends it. As the woman makes her money, she spends it. Nobody is accountable to anybody. This is not a good accounting system. It can easily breed suspicion. When you see a woman begin to make a demand on the husband unnecessarily, because she does not know what the man earns. And so she's asking the man, I want to buy, you need to make this money available for me. I need 1 million naira. And the man is not earning up to that. But because you have been secretive with your account, with what you earn, your wife does not know what you earn. So she can begin to demand for something that is beyond your means. But when she's aware of what you earn, there are some families, the husband does not know what the wife earns. The wife does not know what the husband earns. There are some families where the man will begin to hide his phone so that the woman cannot check his account balance. That is not the best. That is not the best. Because if you listen to people like that, they will tell you that if she knows my account balance now, she will begin to bill me. She will begin to charge me. No, that is not meant to be. You have joint accounting. Joint accounting does not mean joint account. Joint accounting means both are open. Both are open with their accounts, okay? The woman is aware of what the man owns or earns. The man is aware of what the woman earns, and they both manage, they plan together on how to spend the money. And the third one is joint accounts. This joint accounts means all the money coming in is saved together. All right. For that second joint accounting system, it could be that, okay, you know what comes into my hand, I know what comes into your hand, and then we plan on spending the money together. This is what we want to use for school fees. This is what we want to use for upkeep. This is what we want to use for rent. This is what we want to use for this and that. Then this should be maybe pocket money for you that you can easily access and spend. This is the one I can access. This one goes into our savings for maybe for projects, all right, project fund or for school fees, whatever. You can plan it together. Both are open. Then the third one is joint accounts. There are some families it works for them. Some families it does not work for them. So know what works for you, pace yourself, and don't run with another man's idea or vision. All right. Now, practical steps to achieving unity in finances. Number one, talk about your finances. Merge your finance. Yes, merge your finances. Be open with money. Learn to give. All right. Learn to save and invest wisely. There is money to be spent and what to save. Don't spend everything. So there is a rule called the 70-20-10 rule. What it means is that when your total earnings, you can actually spend 70%. Then 20% goes to savings, then 10% goes to your tithes, and then what you are supposed to do, givings to people, giving to church, giving to God, and all of that. Of course, your 10% is your tithe, okay? So, but then you have savings, you have something you're saving, thrifty. Talking about doing maybe all these contributions, ajo, and all of that, it helps a great deal. If you can find a team that is very, very trustworthy, why not? It helps. Keep the spending in check, budget and prioritize. Be able to differentiate between your wants and your needs. Your wants are just those things that you feel like getting. They are not necessities. Your needs are things that are necessary that you cannot do without. Thank you. This brings us to the end of the discussion. At this time, we will be taking questions. We still have about 7 minutes to take questions. So please, if you have any question based on the topic we have discussed, money, please you can now ask your question. The ground is open. The floor is open. Yes, I hope everybody can still hear me.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, great. Now, if you don't have questions, I will be asking questions. Are we ready for my questions?
All right.
Sister Yemi, I want to start with you. Are you there?
Yes, sir.
What does money mean to you? What does money mean to you? Just based on what we have discussed, what does money mean to you?
I think money is financial security.
Okay, security, financial security. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, what about, let me ask the second question. Sister Yemi, I'm still talking to you. Are you the spender or the saver?
I think I'm a saver.
Okay, that's okay. So thank you for answering the question. Now, the other assignments that we are going to get from this, I'm going to drop the assignments on the platform. We will have a list of wants and needs. And then every one of us, we are going to separate that list into needs and wants. Then we are going to prioritize which one is urgent and important. So there are four when you want to prioritize your needs, okay, or when you are drawing your budget. I believe everybody can hear me. When you are drawing your budget, there are four. It's like you draw a circle and you divide it into four, and then you see where those needs belong to. Is it urgent and important? There are some things that are urgent and important. There are some that are urgent but not important. There are some that are not urgent and not important. Are you there? Not urgent, not important. Not urgent, important. Those are the four. Let me repeat the four. When you want to prioritize, ask yourself this question. Where does it fall into? Is it urgent and important, or not urgent, not important? Is it urgent, not important, or not urgent, important? Those are the four. So if we are going to classify into these four spheres, I want to ask us this question. When for example, let's say payment of rent, payment of house rent, where would you classify it amongst the four? Is it urgent and important, or not urgent but important, or not urgent, not important? Where would you classify it? Who wants to answer that question? Your rent.
I think I'll answer it.
All right.
It's urgent and important as
Okay.
regards to house rent. It's urgent and important. Yeah.
Okay, Sister Yemi wants to answer.
I think it's important but not urgent.
Okay. Okay. Brother Joshua.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Based on your classification, I think it is urgent and important. But normally, ideally, I think house rent shouldn't be a matter of emergency. Come on, you have 12 months. 12 months to plan for it. So you have 12 months to plan for it. So I feel something that you should have planned for. Shouldn't be.
Yes. Thank you
Yes,
very much for that. Thank you very
that's
much
my
for. Oh, God bless you, sir. So I was actually waiting to hear that and I was getting there. You see, there are some things that you can actually begin to plan ahead of time. And that is why it is important but not urgent. Rent is meant to be important but not urgent. It should be something that you begin to plan for a long time to come. Maybe you have 12 months, you begin to plan. Maybe you save it bits in bits, okay? So that by the time you know that you are paying next month, you are almost there, or you already have the money intact. Not that you wait till the month when you are meant to pay the rent, you have days to come. And that is when you now begin to say, hey, I know this need now is urgent, is very important. How will I get the money? And that was one of the things we treated when we were dealing with the weaknesses of cholerics. All right. Yeah. When we okay, when one of the personality types, we discovered that they can actually, not cholerics, actually, they're phlegmatics. They can be very, very, they can feel at ease. They are very, very comfortable. Okay, it will work. This thing will, don't worry, all will be well, all will be fine. And things can actually happen to them unawares. Why they are saying it will be well, all will be fine, don't worry. And then that they are not planning, they are not doing anything. They are just at ease. And suddenly they will see that, I need to pay school fees next month. Hey, how do I make money now? But if they had been planning long ago, they would have been able to meet the need. So rent is not meant to be urgent and important. It's important, but it's not urgent if you have prioritized effectively. That is why this teaching is important. So we need to sit down and prioritize and look at it. For example, the health of a child. You can actually have a budget on ground for maybe, God forbid, there's an emergency, but you can have something on ground in case there's a health challenge that you can easily fix. All right. And when you are planning also, the first thing to do, the best thing to do is to deal with that important but not urgent. In fact, that is the first thing to deal with. That is how to invest time. Time should not be spent. Time should be invested. So if you want to invest your time, if you want to make sure you maximize your time, then those duties or those things that are important but not urgent, they are of utmost priority. You need to get them done so that you will not get into a rush when it's time to maybe submit